Welcome, y'all. Today we're going to be going through HealthSherpa. That's going to be the main program that you're going to need when you're doing ACA plans. It connects to the federal marketplace. So you're going to use this with any state that has the federal marketplace rather than the state-based. We'll get into the difference between the two at some point in time, but right now we're only going to focus on those that have the federal marketplace. So I'm going to show that to you. If you do like the videos that I'm putting out to help you be better agents, better brokers, definitely make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump over. And before I do this, I want to also make sure that everyone out there knows about the changes to Health Sherpa. Recently, what's happened is that they are now requiring you to integrate with CMS every 12 hours. So just be aware of that. So at the beginning of the day, what I would normally recommend is go ahead and do that integration so you're not waiting to get that done while you have a client on the phone. But for right now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to go pull up the screen here and just walk you through it step by step. So you start with the sign-in process. Right now it says reintegrate your account to avoid disruptions. This is exactly what I was talking about. You just go ahead and hit reintegrate the account. You go ahead and hit agree to our terms and conditions and sign in. And then it sends a code via CMS. So wait for the code to come in. Okay, and then you just go ahead and put the code in. Mine and this one is this, and then you verify it. So it's going to do that. Close tab. For some reason, mine usually gives an error, but this time it didn't because I ran a quote before. Then we're going to go through the dashboard. I'm not going to go through because I have clients here. And so if I was to just jump through and scroll down, you'd see a list of the clients on this page. What we're going to do is hit quote on X for exchange. And now this is where you're going to put in the information to run a quote for your clients. So the first thing that you're going to do here is put in the zip code. I'm just going to put one that I know. And what we're really doing is just going through the basic process of how this all works. So first we have the age. We'll just leave it at 35 for right now. We'll do male, and then we're going to add a spouse. And you can put age. We'll just put 32. And then we'll add one dependent. And we'll just do age 12. All right, so the next thing that's going to happen here, and this is where things get a little bit more important, is when you do the household members and the household income. So one thing that I want to point out here is that with the household members, this is the total amount of people in the house. It's not how many people are applying. So let's say that there's 5 total household members, but there's 3 that are applying. You would put a 5 here and a 3 here. The reason for that is because it's going to affect the subsidy. The more people that are there and the lower the income, the higher the subsidy is going to be. So in this case, we're just we're going to put in a few different numbers so that you can see what that looks like. So let's say that, they make about $100,000 a year. They'd be looking at an estimated savings of about $210 a month. Now, let's say that they only make about 60,000 per year. All right, so now what they have is an estimated savings of $735 a month and a cost share reduction as well. So what the cost share reduction means, whenever you see the CSR, what that means is that now you have to select a silver plan. And the easiest way to do this is by going down and clicking the levels here, silver. And what it's going to do is filter it out so that it's only showing silver. And the reason for that is because you want to take advantage of those lower cost doctor's visits, specialists, and then the cost share reduction. So as you can see here, the monthly premium is $88.79 with Blue Cross Blue Shield, $5,700 is the deductible, and the out-of-pocket maximum is $7,200. Now, if you've gone through the script training, what you're going to be asking ahead of time is how much can you afford to pay for your health insurance? What can you afford to do on a month-to-month basis? We want to make sure that we're not breaking the bank here, and we'll find the best option for you. You also want to find out how many times they go to the doctor, how many times, or if they have any specialists that they go see, in which case you can look up their doctors by just clicking doctors here and searching for those. Same thing with the prescriptions. And then when you click plan details, that's where you're going to see the actual plan layout and the plan details. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But the way that you want to look at this is you want to be able to pick a plan quickly, but also a plan that's going to fit their needs. So what you're going to do here is take a quick look, and let's say this person says, hey, we go to the doctor maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. We are more concerned with the major things. Well, what you're going to do is take a quick look here, and we're going to look at the monthly premium versus the doctor's copays. So here we can see a couple of things. For one, with the Blue Cross Blue Shield, it's going to be the one that's going to cost the least amount at $88.79. The deductible is going to be $5,700, and the out of pocket is $7,200. That means that the total that one person will have to pay out of pocket, no matter how bad it is going to be $7,200. Now you look at the next one here from Aetna, and it's going to be $167. The deductible is a little higher. The out of pocket maximum is a little higher. But the doctor's visit copays are going to be a little bit less. So looking at this, if they don't go to the doctor that often, you're going to want to go with the one that's going to save them the most money per month, that's going to have the lower deductible, and that's going to have the lower out-of-pocket maximum. Now, when you click plan details, what's now going to happen, and this is where you really want to quote from, you can do let's go back really quick. So you can click on benefits if you want to. But this is what this looks like. And this is hard to read out to a client. You can do that if you want to, but I never do it that way. It's just a lot harder. And so I don't bother. So what we're looking at here is plan details. So once you hit plan details, it's now going to pull it up, the name of the plan. It's going to talk about the CSR and why you qualify for it. Silver plans are the one especially good value if you do have the cost share reduction there. And now you can go through it. Now, the way that I typically explain it is this. Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Smith, your monthly premium for the entire family is going to be $88.79 because you do get that subsidy that we talked about before. As far as the deductible goes, it'll be $5,700 per person, but if total your family pays $11,400 out of pocket, you're going to end up hitting the family deductible at that point. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, the out-of-pocket maximum, what that means is the total amount that someone's going to have to pay per year. So the most any one person will have to pay, whether it's prescriptions or anything else, would be $7,200 and then $14,400 as a family. So let's say there's something that happens, maybe an accident where the entire family is involved. It wouldn't be $7,200 per person. It would be $14,400 total. It is an HMO, which means that you will have to talk to a doctor about referrals. And now what we're going to look at is the doctor's visits. So with the primary care physician, it will be $40. To see a specialist would be $80. And then for your preventative care visits, there's no charge for that. So you can go in for that yearly checkup with no charge. Now, these are going to be from day one. You don't have to worry about the deductible for that. As far as the prescriptions goes, it's a $20 copay for your generics, $40 for your brand name, and then for your non-preferreds and your specialties, which are going to be your more expensive drugs, you'd end up paying full price, and that goes towards the deductible. And then once your deductible is hit, you'd either pay $80 or $350. Now, once you hit your out-of-pocket maximum, again, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket at that point. Now, for labs and imaging, for x-rays, CAT scans, PET scans, MRIs, blood work, you would pay full price for that, after which you'd pay 40%. And pretty much anything else that you get done from here, you would pay 40% of the cost after the deductible. That's the same thing for the x-rays and lab work. And then once you pay that 40% and you hit your out-of-pocket maximum, then you would be covered 100% from there. The only time that's going to be different is if you go to urgent care, which is $60. So what you really want to do is, if possible, avoid the emergency room and go to urgent care instead. It'll save you money. It also has mental health benefits. If you do need outpatient services, it will be $40. It does cover maternity care as well, and pregnancies. And then you have free preventative care as well. So, did you have any questions, or did this meet all your needs, or was there something that you feel this plan was lacking? And I usually just ask that question so I can address any concerns that they have up front. But that's how you're going to do a quote here. Once you've gone over that with them, that covers everything that you're going to need to. You can then either save a lead, you can click share if you want to put in their email and email that to them. And just to be clear, the only reason I ever email it to them is if they're not able to sign up right now. I literally just had a client that he's not ready to enroll until October. Right now, it's currently August. And so I sent him the information just so he would have it so that it can be a lot quicker when we go and enroll him in the plan next month. So that's basically what you'll do there. Now, if you're ready to enroll, you'll click add to cart. Once you do that, you'll just go ahead and click start application. And then in this case, I'm referring. The reason for that is if you, and this will be important for all of you that are either switching from another FMO and haven't made the switch completely yet, what you can do is get paid $50 per successfully submitted referral application. Once you get all of your once you get all of your carriers moved over, then what you'll do is you go into the system, and I'll show on another video how to do that so that you can actually get paid your normal commissions. But for now, what I would do is hit start referral. And then from there, oh, sorry, I forgot to hit I test. I'm a licensed insurance agent. So now I hit start referral. And then it's just like any other application. You put your first name, last name, their date of birth, what state it's in, that you've received permission to work on their behalf. And you want to make sure that you're getting those from the client as you go through. And it will show up in the application where you can email that to the client. And then they'll go ahead and send that back in. And then you'll search the marketplace. Once that's done, you can continue through. You don't need to do the download consent form or anything like that. You're going to do that in the application itself. So hopefully this helps everybody out, gives you a good idea of how to use the HealthSherpa program. It's really good, really straightforward. If you do have any questions for me, want to know more about things that you can do to improve your business, you can either leave a comment or send me a message directly. I try to get to everyone as quickly as possible. Until then, have a great rest of your day.